about ratings, so they let it go. Wow, how does that sound so familiar? I don't think they've ever done that again. Oh man, that's so funny. So they all off. They show show the special. It goes to big ratings. Hell, it had a ripple effect because about 2 years later, um, UPN, remember that network? Hit
Yes.
it. UPN.
UPN, formerly Channel 50, right?
Yes, Channel 50 here in Chicago. Yeah, formerly Channel 50. People not
Ooh, that was
familiar with it.
a while ago.
Yeah, it's just UPN was a short-lived network. Oh, sorry, was a short-lived network.
You
Uh,
can do a better ringer than that, Nick. Come on.
yeah, this was a short-lived network that was in the United States, and they aired a special saying that this was authentic footage from another program was authentic footage from a UFO abduction called the McPherson Files. So
Okay.
you remember that one?
I do not know.
Yeah, that was another one. They made it seem like it was an actual film, but like I found it was like one of the earlier found footage films. And like this, like literally, you could trace back to the Blair Witch Project. You could trace it back to this
Oh
film.
my. Yikes.
Yeah, it's just because the found footage, because really wasn't a genre back then, but it was uh back. Wasn't a genre? Real, it was a genre, but it wasn't like big like it was like at a certain point during the 2000s, especially after Blair Witch. But
Okay.
yeah, they made a film. Well, not UPN. Director made a film, and UPN purchased the rights, shortened it, bring in some experts. Was supposed to be experts, but really wasn't experts. They were actors, even though a couple of them were experts, and um, made it seem like this was a real film. So real film of alien abduction. Like hell, that program, people were calling into uh, different lake counties in different states,
Oh
saying, "Oh
Lord.
my God, these people have been taken. You have to get someone down here."
I mean, somebody took them. Maybe maybe not aliens. Maybe they owed some money. Maybe they had an issue. Somebody got them
Yes, and you have to go save these people,
though.
but it wasn't. It was kind of like a War of the Worlds type thing with that.
War of the World.
Yeah, and it was pretty bad. So, but what's your thought are?
So far, my thoughts are about people being, not being, people wanting to believe in something, based on their daily realities, based on, the stuff that they're used to. They want to believe that something exciting is happening to somebody. They believe in the existence of things that they don't know about and can't explain. Now, they just don't want it to be too different. They don't want it to be described too different. They don't want it to be anything they don't necessarily understand. Can't explain? Yeah. Understand? No. No, no, no. So that's why I think, that's the reason why people aren't necessarily all that mad when they find out that these things aren't true either. That gives, guess who's back? Oh, shoot. So far, just me. You there, Nick? Hello? Hello?
Hey, you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
sorry about that. It was just all my equipment just failed on me. Well, mainly my Wi-Fi. So I'm sorry. You were saying.
You know more better than me.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
I get
talking
it.
about
Yeah, no, we were talking about, like, you asked me why I thought so far, and about what I
yeah.
was mainly talking about was, the reason that people get drawn into this stuff, right? It's usually having to do with their existing immediate social situation. That, it doesn't take much to pull them into something else. Even if the something else, even if they're only comfortable with that something else, if it's drawn in a particular way that they're used to,
Right.
you know, like a humanoid shaped alien, or the control of their government over such
Mhm.
such a being, right? Which is a
Right.
whole other conversation. If there was an alien, holy crap, we're done. Even
Yeah.
even even in the movie Signs, no way. You just had a big, tall, scary looking thing with two arms and two legs walking around. No way. They got trapped in a
Exactly.
closet that was scared of water.
Right.
And it invaded a planet that was, mostly water. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It
Well, that's
invaded people. It invaded people that were mostly water. We're literally mostly water. We're more water than
exactly.
so no. Anyway, I love the movie. I loved it. I loved watching it. It was entertaining, but it's it's familiar.
Right.
So there's the excitement of something that you know with the calmness of it being something you could control. And I
Hmm.
think that's a lot of our mentality with the fiction that we like. The
Right.
fiction that we don't like, I mean, that's the scary stuff. That's literally the horror, right? Type stuff that we see is when you can't control something, when you can't explain, even if the thing you can't explain is the behavior or mentality of people. When you can't explain it, that's some scary stuff.
Right.
So I get it. I
Right.
get why people are so into aliens and they want to believe in them because you're talking about the existence of a reality that's different and hopefully more than your
Right.
own, more satisfying than your own. But
Right.
again, like I said, that control, the control of what you know, even if what you know isn't helping you at all, it's still something you're used to, the government.
Hmm.
Right. So that's what I think so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like yeah, we know the government lies
Lies.
every yes, that's all they mostly all they do, that and give tax breaks to the rich and screw over the working class, and at the same time lies. So yeah, we know the government lies, and
Dot dot
there's a lot of yeah dot dot dot,
dot.
but something like this, like even like looking back like at our previous episodes, because we've been doing this since 2017. Well, I've been doing this with different co-hosts, mostly Ogul and yourself and other various others. When we take a look at some of these conspiracy theories, is that like if this was supposedly true, someone usually talks about there's a witness. Yes, this Ray Santilli is reporting like this witness, this person who had this footage is, even though it's not a witness, the story he tries to concoct, but someone usually talks, and it usually a snowball that other people start coming out and saying these things. And when you look at like this footage and where it supposedly came from,
Right.
it just, it's got to be more than this one person saying something. Someone that, even if people had passed on by the time they received this footage, like
Mhm.
deathbed confessions written down, or they told someone, and and it's just like this footage that's it. And like I understand, like people, like life is screwed up and people need to cling on to something.
Power.
um
The power thing.
yeah,
They want
yeah,
to.
it's
I
a
mean, it's a
power
dead
dynamic.
alien. I think that's the biggest part of the power is
Yeah,
not just an alien. It was a dead alien that the
yeah.
government killed. The government
E-
successfully defended the planet and killed this
mhm,
alien, and now they're doing the
exactly. Yeah, and like this one came from a crashed UFO, an accident. This one came from
oh,
Roswell. That's what.
okay.
Yeah, so
Because
they
you know what?
didn't kill this one.
All of my knowledge about aliens have to do with another such TV show.
Yeah,
with
like
with
this is
with the government dealing with aliens. I did forget that
yeah,
this was a crash because
yeah. It's like
because
this
of
one is a
course
crash.
an alien that flew from its own planet couldn't navigate
Hmm.
the what the inter close to her thing. This
Supposedly, I mean,
this crash.
yeah, I mean, like you got this crash, and they say there's other crashes that supposedly happened. We've done other cases so far, and we
That's a bad
barely cracked
driving.
the surface. Yeah, I cracked the surface, but you want us to believe that first of all, you want us to believe that extraterrestrial beings with vast intelligence more than us cross millions of light years to come here to a primitive planet. I keep telling this to a goal, like we're primitive
In a shitty
planet.
car. They did
And
it.
yeah, come up with it, and supposedly shows us their aircraft and or takes us to do experiments and stuff or implant their like it gets sort of ridiculous after a while, and especially and I'm not like throwing away what other people have claimed they saw or have photographs of everything, because there's stuff that I can't explain. Like I keep telling people, like people ask me, well, not people, like my friends would ask me, like, "Oh, is there any UFO case you find just absolutely weird, like you can't explain, just absolutely explain it away?" Or even our co-host O'Gould, and I was like, "Yeah, the one we did on Kelly Hopkinsville incident." Like, a lot of people will go like, "Oh, these are circus folk," and they're pulling a prank, or they are mistaken some sort of escape monkey or wooded owl or something like that. They all these explanations that like skeptics give and stuff, and you could just debunk them, and then what you're left at, like,
Right.
okay, like, am I left? Did they see UFO? Did they see aliens coming towards them? Little green men? Like, these people shut up their houses, and there was kids there, and eventually, after a while, kids tell the truth. Like, oh, my parents were pulling a hoax, or our parents' friends were fucking with them, and none of that has happened, and yet they stick to the story. Yet there's some certain people going, no, it was this, no, it was this, no, it was this, and then you just go, look, I've seen the police reports, I've seen pretty much the area and stuff, and it's just like, no, it's not. This is
Right.
and it's just that throws me off. Or there's a couple of other, like the Phoenix Lights or the Tinley Park Lights. I mean, they're not extraterrestrial, but they're something. Yeah, it's something. It's something. Like, and no one's saying shit. It's not a hoax. It's not fucking anything. But this shit is a hoax. So
I think it takes it back to. I think it takes it back to what we're comfortable being afraid of.
mhm,
We're comfortable being afraid of something that puts us in a position of power over it, even if it's in our made up story about it. We can
right,
feel comfortable about aliens as long as we know they can't drive well,
right.
and we end up in control of their dead bodies. We're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
We're not comfortable in the stuff we can't answer at all.
Yeah, and it's with this comfort level, like we're gonna break down how because Ray Santilli comes out and says like, yeah, this was a recreation. He didn't say it was a hoax. He said it was a recreation of footage they actually had seen. He comes out with this revelation in 2006 after a British movie, which is consequently called Alien Autopsy, is about to be released. I haven't seen the movie. I heard it's pretty funny. I've only seen clips of it. I think it's available on YouTube Pay. You got to pay for it, but like I haven't seen it, and it was like, oh, we should have seen it before you did this episode. I was like, I'm not paying for that. Like, shit, they get Spider-Man. By the time this episode debuts, Spider-Man No Way Home will be fucking premiering. I'll be sitting in the movie theater watching that movie. I'm saving my money for that. He comes out with he comes out with it and said this is a recreation of footage that he had seen. Like the guy that gave him the actual alien autopsy footage is real. This is from Skintilly. But by the time he got the money to be able to pay this guy and to get the footage, he says that the footage was so degraded that he couldn't use it. So he decided to recreate the footage with using only a couple of frames of the actual alien autopsy that they were able to able to salvage, and he spliced them into the fake one and gives it to and starts shopping it around.
He said, okay.
Yeah.
This one is fake. But
there's
it
a
was
real
based on a
footage.
real one.
Yeah, and I saw it. And I saw the whole thing when it was degraded, but I was able to save a couple of frames from it. I'm going to get into that, how you can't